My journey into Nollywood. Bear in mind, I started acting when I was very little. I started acting in church. I was in this drama group in my school. It used to be called HOT, House of Theatre. And, after my university, I came to Lagos for my NYSC. I started teaching at Okwebi Grammar School. I was a teacher. And then I always wanted to be an actress, right? So I started going for auditions, but they won't call me, and it was really sad. But then I'm like, you know what, I have to find other means of making money first. So I went into commercial modeling. I did a couple of jobs with different brands, the pay wasn't bad at that time for, a starter. And then finally I started getting Waka Pass roles at Amof, this African Magic production they used to do then, years ago, Amof. So I would have one scene, I would go there in the morning, be there till like night. I know now, upcoming, they will definitely attend to the stars first. So you have to wait for your one scene for literally the whole day, and probably come the next day and still haven't shot. So, I was going on and on, then I went for Tinsel audition, and I got a call back after like maybe 8 months or something. I got a call back. I'm like, oh my gosh, and Tinsel, it was the ish. So I got there, I went to Tinsel, I did what I could do, and finally I'm like, the acting wasn't really picking up, and at that point, I can act wasn't enough. And then I decided to go for Big Brother Africa. Then I went for Big Brother Africa 3 years ago. I came back and my journey began. I starred in a TV series, Do Good for Africa, Mnet, and Emir production. It was a sitcom, and after that, I started getting roles. I started acting, and then now I'm like, you know what? Let me become a producer, and I started producing. And yes, the journey has been amazing so far. It's been tough, but worth it. I wouldn't say one is more challenging, because you know how it is. For every field that you're in, you judge as much as it affects you. So if you're an actress and it's something you just started and everything, it probably will be very difficult when you see sometimes you have to stay up all night and, act. But as a producer, if you have someone that is really very effective, you still have to work, obviously, because it's your project. But it is difficult. Acting is difficult, production is difficult, but when you see the end result of production, like the money aspect, it's worth it. So I'm not going to say anyone is more difficult. I'm just going to say I feel like in their own field, they're both, hard, but you can make it easy if you want. So. For now, my biggest achievement has been being able to produce my first movie at the age of 26 and taking it to the cinema, being able to start focusing on my real estate business, my construction life, and at the same time being an actress. I think those are my biggest achievements for now at my age, though obviously I don't want to stop here, but I think I've done well for a 26-year-old girl, so yes. To be honest, there's no relationship, and yeah, to be honest, there's no relationship. I know Tonto as an actress. I know her, I see what she does, her foundation. I know her as a person, like from maybe Instagram, TV, I know her. I know of her, but I don't have a personal relationship with her. To be honest, I don't feel like this is a very important conversation to have. I'm just going to throw a light on it. I feel like social media has a way of causing enmity between people, and you just have to be smart to know how you really handle it. So to be honest, I'm one person that I'm not one to want to throw shade at another person or want to look down or try to insult you because I feel like your life, you have issues, because I feel like I have my own issues. I have a lot of issues to deal with myself, so I don't really care about any other person's life. So I feel like that was a miscommunication, to be honest, and it was genuinely coming from my heart. It was not me trying to throw shade at anyone or trying to insult anyone. It was me talking about myself, and that's something I always do, because you know how they say the people you lead you know, no matter how few they are, they look up to you. There are definitely some of them looking up to you. So I try to always use myself as an example, because at the end of the day, I've made bad choices. I considered it at some point. So this is me telling my followers that, oh, I considered it, you know, because I like the way it looked on my friends. Because I mean, I have friends that have done it and they look really amazing. But at some point, I just told myself, maybe this is not. I'm not sure I should. I mean, my body is banging, so no need. But you know, maybe people just got it. Oh, I'm shading. I don't shade anybody. I don't have a problem with people doing cosmetic surgery, doing your nose, your eyes, your boobs, your ass. I don't have a problem. I'm very exposed. I'm well exposed. So I'm one person to understand that your body, your choice, your life, your rules. So if it came across as me shading people or shading someone, that was not the intention. I didn't mean to do that, and yeah, it's just what it is. Realistically, this sexual harassment topic is very sensitive, but I'm going to throw a light on it in the sense that there's one thing everyone needs to know. Sexual harassment doesn't only happen in Nigeria, it happens all over the world. So people always try to restrict it, so it happens only in the acting industry or the music industry or whatever. No, it happens all over the world, in all the industries, in bank, in acting, in everything. It happens, even in homes. So people need to understand that this is a sensitive topic and it happens everywhere. So now you have to start thinking of how to curb it, how to change, how to create a change for it. So now giving people avenues to be able to talk about what they've been through and how to resolve it, and you know, the law taking its course. So I have a problem with people trying to restrict to say actors prostitutes. I'm not a prostitute. I've never been a prostitute. You've never seen me hawking on the street or trying to negotiate with you for my body or whatever. So I take exception to that. I feel like that's an insult and that's really demeaning, and it's really disappointing that a respected person in the industry will say that. Now I'm going to talk for myself. If you know people that have been in that kind of light and you think that that's what they do, doesn't mean everyone does that. There are still very strong people in the industry. I mean, look at Mary Remy, for instance. She's a boss now. She's Iroko boss. When you hear her story, she's been through like, you know, wakapa, the hustle, the bustle, but now she's made something out of herself. Now, looking at those kind of people that are trying to pave way for young upcoming youths, you don't have the right to say actresses are prostitutes. You do not. So I take exception to it. And the sexual harassment thing is something that happens all over the world. And I think one way to curb it is people now start creating awareness of having NGOs and things like that, you know, getting young girls to be able to talk about their fears, what they've been through, and finding a way to create a safe environment. And I think it starts from the home. So now parents just try as much to talk to their kids when they're growing up, you know, make them feel more comfortable. Because, you know, initially growing up, there was this problem we used to have. Our parents were so overprotective that they end up pushing you to those things. Now, my mother is like my best friend, so I tell my mother everything. So when I have issues, imagine if I was ever in that situation where a guy has to probably try to maybe touch my lap or something without my permission, I would run to my mother and say, see, this happened, and she would take it up and say, you know what, I'm going to look into this and, you know, see it to the end. So I feel like parents should get more involved with their children in terms of relationship, get to know your child more, talk to them. And yes, that will reduce it so they can be able to feel comfortable to talk to you whenever that arises. And in industries as well, it happens. But I mean, we just have to find a way around it. And there's one thing everyone needs to know. Selling your body or allowing people give you ultimatums will never take you to the top. What will take you to the top is your drive, your passion, God, prayers, and that's the major key, to be honest. So. My take on feminism. So I feel like sometimes people get it confusing. So feminism doesn't mean that you should insult your boyfriend, your husband, or whatever, or you should think that you're dominating everywhere. Feminism means, oh, you know, you're hardworking, you're a boss lady, you're taking care of your family, you're also working at the same time, you know your rights, you're not allowing anybody step on you or whatnot. But at the same time, you know your values are set right. Feminism doesn't mean that you all of a sudden your husband is probably your puppet or you can talk to him anyhow. So I feel like sometimes people get it wrong. Yeah, you know, they say what a man can do, or what a woman can do, a man can do, a woman can do better. You know, I feel like feminism for me is just the women, the men doing the same thing and probably, you know, going into politics, whatever you feel then you couldn't do, or oh, it's a man's job. No, it's not just a man's job. It's a man and his woman's job. You can do whatever you want to do. But doesn't mean you should lose your values or respect for the man figure, because they are men. They will always be the man. So whatever you do, always know that you still have to respect them. You know, but yeah, in the sense, in the position where you feel like you're being neglected, or trying to, maybe your man or your boyfriend or whatever it is trying to look down on you. Yes, you know you're right. You know whatever you want, you do it. Probably leave or take a leave or whatever it is. But do not feel like feminism is a means of disrespect to men. I don't think so. I beg to differ. Yeah. You see, you know, less than me can be relative. So if I'm earning 20 million now, my husband is earning 15 million. It's okay, just 5 million difference. But the kind of girl I am, I won't tell him, I won't show him I'm earning 20 million. I'll still, you know, make him feel like he's the man. So yeah. But I don't pray to marry a guy that's earning less than me. Just putting it out there. A cheating partner, it depends in what context they happen. Is it happening again? Has it happened more than once? But yeah, so it depends on the situation, to be honest. Because I have forgiven a cheating partner once, and he did it again, and then I was done. So it depends on the issue surrounding cheating. To be honest, right, we ladies have our own issues, in the sense that sometimes we can be very petty, emotional, and you know, we're just women though. You can't compare us to guys. You know, the way a man will handle his emotions and the way a woman will handle her emotions, they are totally different. And you can't, everybody, we are not from the same background and the same, so we don't have the same upbringing. So something Mrs. A would ignore, Mrs. B probably wouldn't ignore it, probably would, you know, fire at you back. Doesn't mean she's a bad person. It just means maybe she doesn't know how to reach out in the way with the way she feels. So I just think that it's because, I don't know, but I think we're trying to do better. You see women supporting women now. So we're trying. You know, obviously, you know, here and there'll be issues. But yeah, we're human beings, right? So there'll always be issues. But the ability to find a way to resolve it and make peace. Look at Mercy and Tony. I mean, she apologized publicly. That's I respect that, to be honest. So things happen. It's just move on. If it happens, deal with it and move on. So I think we're trying. Please give some women accolades. We're trying. It's not easy. I'm working on another movie. And I'm currently on a TV series. Hope you guys watch it at Joche. It shows on African Magic. And yeah, I'm doing other things, my side hustle, you know, properties and stuff. So yeah, and I'm launching something soon, guys, very soon. So I'm not going to say it now, but I'm launching something very soon. And that's going to be like all me, like it's going to be very huge. And I can't wait.